Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back playing some more Farming Simulator 25, and we are back in Zielonka. Zielonka? I've always called it Zielonka. But, anyhoozle. Yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff done. I got the straw bales baled, picked them up, got a lot of grass mowed already. I need to come down to this new area down kind of south here that we purchased. We're going to remove some of these small saplings and some of these bushes. So there's a lot of bushes out here. So we got to get rid of this stuff. Basically what I'm going to do, I've got the chainsaw. All I'm going to do is just get rid of these small saplings. We're going to cut them down and put them in a burn pile, maybe? I don't know. Wouldn't that be cool if you could do that? That'd be neat. We need brush piles for Farming Simulator. Anyway, we're just gonna get rid of them. They have no monetary value. Basically, these are really pretty much just bushes. So, yeah, these bushes like this, those can go. I'm pretty sure we can't go over these with a mower. You know what? I'll test that out. I don't think they'll go away. I tried using the real mower mod, and you used to be able to get rid of bushes like that with the real mower mod, but apparently that doesn't work anymore. So let's just get rid of these. Again, these are so small. They have absolutely no monetary value. So we'll just get rid of these. I gotta say again, as of recording of this video, Judith Plains is not out yet. However, DJ has announced that Judith Plains will be out. He's shooting for this. Hopefully it comes to fruition, you know, as Mama used to say, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Hopefully Judith Plains will be out before the release of the Plains and Prairie DLC, which that releases on June 3rd. So we should be seeing Judith Plains very soon. And I'm just, from what I've seen, I'm so looking forward to it. So looking forward to it. The productions, we're going to be able to make pizza. And I like the pizza. He added garlic and the peppers in the game. And he did just tomatoes. Instead of, you know, we've been doing ketchup over on Elma. But he put tomatoes in there, so, and then you only need flour and cheese. There's another pizza in the list, but I don't know. I had to wait till we, I guess, get the game to see what the other pizza is, because there's 2 pizzas you can make from what's called the American Pizza Company, I think is what it's called. But yeah. Alright, let's see if we can make this work. Unfold that. That one's already unfolded. Alright, so we own basically the top of this field there. From them, yeah. So I'm just going to cut a straight line across right here. Eventually I'll come in here with a plow. And my cable has been knocking on this thing. I got to move that just a second. There we go. Yeah, we're good. I'm going to have to redesign that. I've been working on the studio a little bit. Ordered some more cables and such. So hopefully we'll have that installed. I'm hoping maybe today. We're going to try it and see. Alright, everything's on. Lower that. I'm going to use the enhanced vehicle GPS here. Just to cut straight across. We'll see if it gets rid of these bushes out here. I bet it doesn't. I bet I have to go back and hit those. So yeah, I'll probably come in and do a plow line after we rake this grass up and let's see, how far over do we go? Yeah, we own all the way to the highway, so I'll cut as soon as I hit that creek over there. According to that, we do. I don't know when it's gonna start barking at me here. Let's see. I'm gonna turn this way. It's gonna tell me at some point that I don't own the land. Yep, right there. So pretty much the line that I cut is what we'll stick to. Alright, I'm gonna do like a manual line, and it does not get rid of those bushes. The mower does not. I'll leave probably these bushes around the creek, just so we know where the creek's at. We don't drive off in it, because that could happen. Just gonna mow around the edge here. But all these bushes out in the middle, we'll get those. Yep, come in, plow this up, and I don't know whether to merge these two fields together. I may hold off on that and leave the road there. And just plant grass over there, have two separate fields. Most likely, that's what I'll do. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down here. Oop. I don't think that road's in a straight line, you know? I don't think it is. I think there's a little bit of, yep, there's a little bit of a angle to that road there. We'll just have to mow that manually. And boom, that's not our lens. We'll back up. Oh, did I turn them off? I meant to lift them. I always get those buttons. I'll either turn the mowers off when I want to lift them, or I'll lift them when I want to turn the mowers off. That happens. Alright, so we did get a little bit of grass there. I'll come in and rake that, and we'll bale it. Let me go out and hit these small bushes now that I have a perimeter here. Get these bushes out of there. Just real quick here. I may have to hit a few of them as I go, because there's a bunch of them out here. Do the silage bales out here. But yeah, looking super forward to Judith Plains. I can't tell you. I think me and old man both are. We'll be able to make pizza. We'll be doing pasta. We'll be doing whiskey and beer and wine. all the spirit drinks, I guess. We'll be making soy milk for all them people out in California that drink soy milk. Well, there's probably some others, but I don't drink soy milk, so yeah, no, I'm gonna pass on that. But there are those that do, so we'll probably end up making soy milk for them. So you know what that means? Soybeans and water to make the soy milk for everybody. I'm trying to remember what all the productions were now. I know we'll be making corn oil, and that you'll have to have the oil mill for that. So we'll be making, you know, not only with the in-game canola oil and sunflower oil, but we'll be making corn oil. We'll be making corn flour. I guess so people can make the cornbread and what else do you make with cornmeal? Corn flour. My mind's a blank. I know cornbread. I like cornbread. Cornbread is good. Alright. It'd been nice if we had that back on Alma, but I guess you can only make the corn flour over there, so. And then we will have the dried corn, so it's gonna be a good time. And then the map is huge. And the farms are color coded. Did I do it again? I did it again. I turned them off. I meant to lower the mowers. Alright. Maybe I need to switch those buttons. Make the other one the lower mower. No, I want the start button to be the actual start of the mowers. So. You know, you'd think I could remember that. Start button equals start mowers. Select button means, well, it's both bumpers in those buttons, but select button means raise and lower. You'd think I could remember that, but I don't. I don't remember it. Half the time, I really don't. And there's so much going on over there. It's crazy. We'll be able to have so many animals, and there's so many farms. So there's different. The farms are like color coded. Couple more bushes. The farms are color coded. So the buildings. Can I not cut that? Maybe that's not on our land. That one is. This one might not be on our land. I wonder if I can do it from over here. Nope. Yeah, that one's not on our land, so we'll leave that one. But the buildings are color. The farms are. I think there's 5 farms. There's the red farm, I think, which is farm number 1, which we've seen in DJ's video. There's a blue farm. There's a black farm, which it's kind of, the buildings are, I guess it's, I don't know, it's not the walls that are sometimes colored, it's like the roofs. So the red farm and the blue farm have red and blue walls. The black farm has a black roof, but most of those farms have like beige painted walls. So I don't know, maybe we organize our equipment that way by brand, you know. I think that would be cool. After all, it's going to be a massive operation. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge, okay? Huge. We're going to harvest the beans. And trust me, it's going to be great, believe me. Okay. I should have turned my EPS on there, but get here, there's 90. So yeah, gonna do, I think from this episode of Zielonka on, I'll probably just do some contracts. Do the contracts, mow the grass, wherever we've got it, and dream of Montana, I guess. I'm so excited for that map. The map detail is, it seems like it was made for us. Like the detail, the size, it's a 4X map. It's got some huge fields in it. Gonna be awesome. We're gonna be on that map for a long time. I'm excited for, you know, him to finally say, you know, kind of a concrete release date. Really excited for that. Nice to know that we'll have that Plains and Prairie DLC and have the map before that releases. So that's coming June 3rd. So he said late May. He said before June. So we've got what? Technically 1 week left in May. Yeah, after this week. This coming week, you know, Memorial Day's on Monday. Oh, that reminds me, I've still got to get some hot dogs and buns, burger buns and hot dog buns. Gotta still remember to do that. But yeah, Memorial Day is Monday, and then this coming week is the last week in May. So if my assumptions, you know what they say about people who assume, if my assumptions are correct, the possibility of it being released, so if this video comes out on Friday, then it could possibly be released today. I don't foresee it. If it does, it'll be a nice welcome surprise. But I think it'll be the last Friday. I think, so what day would that be? 28, 29, 30. So I'm saying probably May 30th. Is there a May 31st? I don't know. Is there a May 31st? I always get this confuzzled on like how many days there are in a month. There is a May 31st, which would be that Saturday. So I would say May 30th or May 31st. Unless it comes out again today sometime, which would be awesome sauce. It would be awesome. It'd be great. Gonna put a lot of time into that map. So get ready, guys. Buckle your seatbelts. We're gonna have a lot of streams. We're gonna have a lot of YouTube videos. So the streams, it'll be, you know, most likely when I stream, it'll probably be me, probably be Old Man and me, or Old Man and I, or Phil and I, doing those streams. I will do some probably separate videos because I know those guys like to sleep and they don't want to play Farm Sim 24/7. I can play Farm Sim 24/7, take a nap here and there, and still play more Farm Sim. So yeah, just get ready. There's gonna be a ton of videos from Judith Plains, Montana when it comes out. I'm super excited for it. Have I mentioned that I'm super excited for it? I could talk about it all day. I could. I'm probably boring your guys' ears, but it's that big a deal, that big a map. Again, loved Green Valley, Nebraska. He did that map back in 22. He did Deer Country back on 19. He did somewhere in Canada. He did the Upper Mississippi River Valley back for. I think he did it in 19 and 22. He did the revamped versions of those in 22, and then he did Green Valley. Green Valley is, you know, we had a lot of productions there that are going to be similar in Montana. We had the whiskey and we had the beer, and that's where I think that's where he first introduced the corn dryer. So we'll be doing propane. You can use anhydrous fertilizer for in Judith Plains, so that's something else that is added in there. And I figured out what the 128 was. I don't know if Old Man's watching this, he'll know what I'm talking about. But on the PDA, there's, you know, you have the field numbers that he released on the PDA map. Everything that was black, all the fields that were black, you know, the numbers, you don't own those. But everything that was highlighted, you own those. Well, there was another one that was kind of down, like in the middle of the field down there, and that might, I mean, he might move it before the final release, but there was another number, and it didn't correspond with the field, because it was kind of in the middle of the field. Which was kind of weird to be out in the middle of the field, but that number was also highlighted, and it's like, well, you don't own that field, what number is that? It turns out it's the number for all the like the common lands, I guess. I don't know what the technical term would be for that, but it's like, you know, the land, a lot of the lands like the sides of the road, the in the cities and stuff like that. So you can own that. And I think the most expensive field on there, the biggest field, is like $3 point something million. So yeah, probably be a minute before we own that one. But we will be starting with some equipment. We will be starting with our own equipment that we have picked out. Not going to be huge equipment, that's for sure. I'm sure we'll be upgrading that equipment probably pretty quickly, especially the harvester, because the harvester is like maybe a meter or two wide. So yeah, we'll be upgrading that thing pretty quick. I'd say probably pretty quickly. And then we've got some special stuff that especially for that that map that we'll be using. Alright. So I'll come in, I gotta fertilize these fields. And then plow these fields. I still don't know whether I want to merge them together right away or not. Haven't really fully decided that. I do know one thing. We need to get rid of this shed. I want to do that now. No, not that way. You gotta go in this thing. You gotta go in construction. Takes a second to load. There we go. So this shed. Do we get anything back for it? We get $4 grand back for it. That's at least that's something. I mean, this shed, honestly, in my opinion, could be condemned. I'm surprised it has a light on it. But yeah, it's very, very. This might have been your grandpa's shed. And I mean, look at the size of this thing. I don't even think our tractor would fit in here. Let me attach this stuff. Now that building over there, I will probably keep that one maybe for now. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Nope, didn't want to do that. Hang on, I wanted to attach stuff. Let me just park it over here. Ah, there's a fence. Alright, let me just park that stuff right there real quick. Oh yeah, I can tell you this won't fit in there. Height-wise, it won't fit. But there are some other sheds. Yeah, no. Nope, won't fit. And I don't think there's a door on the end. I don't think it would fit even that way. Nope, there's no door there. So if you were gonna use some of the basic small tractors in game, something without a, where's that viewer at? Where is it at? I thought that was under small tractors. Was that not an in-game tractor? The viewer? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was, you know what? That might have been one of their mod hub tractors. Yeah, I don't see it. So, if you were going to use something else smaller, maybe this low profile rigid track, you could probably squeeze that in there. But we're not going to use that. So we're just going to get rid of this building. I'm surprised we get $4 grand back for it. Honestly, that's very shocking. Alright. Got some stuff hiding behind it too. Got a rake. All that stuff. It's not, wasn't very level here, was it? Kind of slopes off down that way. So we'll probably build another one. The chicken coop, I don't think, we don't own any chickens yet. Just out of curiosity, I want to see how much we'll get back for that one if we sold it. Oh, you get back 15 grand for that. I'm thinking about it. Can you use it at all? There's seed there. So it does open up inside. I think it's, well, there's our bicycle. I think it's pretty much just decorative. Got a little woodworking bench there. Starting to wonder if maybe we're, you know, Santa Claus, because that kind of looks like Santa Claus's workbench a little bit. I don't know for sure, but so dude, I totally thought that was like a guitar or banjo. My glasses haven't come in yet. They're supposed to be in this week sometime, so hopefully maybe they'll be in by the time this comes out or by the time Judy's comes out. Yeah, this it's kind of got a, you know, it almost has a Mexican like Alamo type feel to it. I mean, it kind of reminds me of the Alamo, but we can't really use it, and we don't own any chickens yet. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that for 15 grand though. We can't park anything inside it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I got rid of it. It's gone. All right, so we got rid of that. So now we can probably cut this tree and then come back in here on this episode of This Old Farm. We're gonna Maybe extend the concrete thing this way. Get rid of that tree. And then we'll extend it this way. Redo the yard here. Here on this old episode of This Old Farm, we're gonna redo the yard here. Cut some of these trees, and then we'll put down a nice gravel layer or concrete layer here. That's my best. I'm still talking like it. That's my best Boston accent, because you know that's where this old house is done at. All right, so we'll build something else there. I don't know. There are other buildings that are Zielonka-ish. So we'll go down through sheds. Nothing really big, but we don't want to do anything, you know, super huge. Do something not that small. Yeah, maybe something like that. Like a lean-to type thing. I don't know what this is on the back. Something that our tractor would fit in. That might fit in there. That would probably work. We got all these odd sheds that we would not build. Wow, that's huge. We would probably not build these anywhere else. There's the one we just got rid of. Definitely not. That's smaller than what we had. Maybe one of them. It'd be nice if we could fit our combine in it too. I don't think our combine would fit in that. I'm leaning more towards a lean-to type thing. Yeah, I think that's kind of something like we had. Ooh, that shows promise. That one right there. What does it look like on it? Can I look inside it? It'd be nice if you could look inside these. Oh yeah, you can. Just kind of at a corner, at an angle. No, it's kind of small. Move it over our combine. Combine would fit in here. We'd probably have to back it in or leave the header outside. But our tractor would definitely fit in here. So, yeah, maybe something like that. It'd have to be... Oh, that's the bottom of the list, isn't it? So, yeah, okay, I'll have to remember that. The one on the very bottom. Look around here. That wouldn't work. That definitely wouldn't work. Some of these are really big. Some of these are designed for the American map. That's too small. That's too small. Right, just remember that building on the bottom. We have that kind of lean-to. I could build something like that. Something like an open, covered. That's really big. Not that one. Oh yes, we've had these before on other maps, so maybe something like that. Probably not that. That's too big. Oh yeah, we got this cover thing. We actually have this one over on Alma, so we could like put that one. We'd have to close that road off. I'm not opposed to it, but we can maybe put that one over here. I think that one's too big. There's one with solar panels. We could create our own energy. That one, for an open shed, it's kind of too big. Nope. Then we start getting into the huge stuff. So there's really not that many. That's too big. That actually could work. Well, no, it couldn't. I don't think we could fit the tractor in there, but not the combine. Where was that dome one? That one. Small dome one. I think the tractor would fit in there. Yeah, so the tractor would fit. Where's the combine? There's the combine. So actually, yeah, the combine, zoom out. The combine actually would fit in there, and you know what? It would fit in there with the header too. That could work. We could build this over here. Again, before I build these, I probably have to remove the trees. If we got rid of these trees here, and that tree there, get rid of those trees, get rid of that tree. I'd probably have to come in and do some leveling from the main yard here and kind of cut this back here, and then put the back of one of the sheds against that where I level that off at. But I think that those two sheds, maybe that what do they call those roofs? Somebody leave a comment. What do they call those curved roofs like that? Not a gable roof. That's like a barn. Yeah, I don't remember. All right. So that's the plan. I'm going to get the tractor, grab my front weight, and I'm going to grab the rake. Actually, I probably need to mow over here a little more. If I got rid of all those trees, I could mow all that over here. I'll work on it. I'll work on it. There's definitely more grass over here, but I've already got a bunch of grass out here cut. So I'm gonna rake all this up. I'm gonna take the baler over to the shop and grab the silage additive and bale that up. I've got the bale pickup wagon. I've got the wrapper already. There's the additive. So then all I gotta do is bale it up. There's our FERT rig over there. I need to take that over. I'll probably build these sheds first though. Get all that stuff before I move all that stuff over here. But yeah, got rid of those buildings, and I'll come back here to Zielonka. I don't know when it will be. It all depends on Judith Plains. All depends on DJ Modding. If his map drops, get ready, buckle your seatbelts, because we're going to be over there farming in Montana. But yeah, this series, it's one of those series that I can always put on the shelf, go back, take it off the shelf, open it back up again. It's like a book, you know. You got a great book that you read, you put it on the shelf, you go back, you read it some more, or you finish the book and put it on the shelf, go back and read it again. This is one of those maps that's like that. Any of the in-game maps, to me, are kind of like that you can always come back to them. I'll always have those game saves there. So, until the next time, hopefully from Judith Plains, Montana, we'll see. But we'll be back on this map at some point in the future. Might be sooner, might be later. Always remember, you reap what you sow. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all later. Have a good one.